Happy weekend, guys. I haven't been on here in a while, but oh my, the news cycle. What's been happening? Let's get into it. So, today I hear that Qatar um, is going to have a military base here in the USA in Idaho. You know, Qatar, that's Qatar, if I'm pronouncing that right. The one that nation that built that plane for Trump, and I guess to replace the Air Force One. Well, I guess in return, he's giving them a military base right here in the U.S. in Idaho. So I guess we're hosting that base, and I guess it's gonna be built right out there. Um, Sounds odd to the ears. I don't think I've heard of that before. I know that the U.S. has a lot of military base in other nations, but I don't think I've heard of it vice versa. So that's interesting. Um, I've heard some Republicans are not so excited about that at all. Also, since the shutdown of the government, which is very hard on the workers, federal workers, like I've been hearing the air traffic controllers, a lot of them been calling in sick. There have been threats against them that they won't get back paid or they won't be furlough, I guess, because in previous shutdown, they did get back pay. But regardless, it's hard on them because some of the people are living paycheck to paycheck, and they have their families to take care of, and they don't know how long this shutdown is going to last. And here it is Friday, and it's still going on. And the left and the Democrats, that's their they blame the left and Democrats for everything. I guess if they could blame them for the weather, they would. I'm not a fan of either. I kind of wish there was another party or third party. I just feel like the American people are suffering and we're being attacked. I just feel so. It's just how it feels. I do understand the position of the Democrats, and I even agree with Marjorie Green, which I never agree with her. But this is being done because they're concerned about the health care and our premiums being tripled. You all know that the health care is expensive overall. You see that coming out of your paycheck. And some people don't even have health care. So, I mean, if they go into the hospital, I mean, for one day it could be 24,000, depending on what's the problem. You know what's happening, and oh gosh, don't be over there. Don't be over there in the hospital for a week or more. You might be bankrupt. Okay, so as a U.S. citizen, I am concerned about that. Um, the insurance premiums tripling. So I can see they standing up for that. Um, right now the Democrats don't have much power, and it seems like what is usually done in Congress, free speech, Constitution, all of that is changed since this administration. It's a scary time, people. Um, Scary administration, and then you know this administration is sending in troops, which are usually used. Well, I think the troops should be used. The military troops should be used to protect our borders from foreign attacks and wars. If they're so concerned about China or Russia, I think they're spreading the troop too thin. That's my opinion. That's why we hire law enforcement and the cops. If there's high crime in a certain state, let the state take care of that. Either the mayor or the hire more law enforcement officers, better training. Let the state come up with a solution. So why do you have mayors? Why governors? Why, if you're not going to let them run their state? Why have them? You know. So I've seen like The media is showing what's going on in Oregon and Chicago, and there was awful, horrific stuff happening. Like there was this apartment building when they went in on a lot of black and brown people, and they had like taking kids out and zip tied with no clothes on, being separated from their parents, being shoved into these U-Haul rental trucks. It just sounds so crazy and evil to the ear. You can't even believe that these things are going on in the US. It's unbelievable when you turn on the news. You're like, ooh, should I turn it on today? What am I going to hear? You know? And then, we have this current administration and this president who wants Nobel Peace Prize so bad. They put him as the peace president, and he's trying to solve wars that's been going on for months, and people have died, and it's just awful things that are going on. And then it's like, okay, we want to make America better and great again, but right now I don't see it. I don't see it. And then, tourism in certain states have dwindled and gone down. Airbnb are not being checked out as before because tourists, they don't want to come over here and risk it if they're walking in the street and somebody comes to their door. May I see your papers? Because not everybody walk around with their passport and their birth certificates. Because you know once you lose those things, they're kind of hard to get. It takes maybe a month or months to get back a passport if you lose that. Because and now everything's shut down, or you can probably, I don't know if you can get the passport or if that's separate. I have no clue. But I understand the tourists not wanting to come to the USA. I probably would book everywhere else except here if I was a tourist because my concern. It's a crazy time, y'all, that we're living in, and but don't give up hope. And today I heard that there was an explosion in Tennessee at it's a military explosive plant, and people lost their life. It's like every weekend something crazy going on. It's either a mass shooting, someone taking the life of someone for speaking their views, either left or right. And speaking of Republicans that usually side with the president, like Candace Owens, she's been speaking up against the current administration a lot. Like she's saying that there's a cover up with the that shooting with Kirk. And I've seen on other independent stations or podcasts where they slowed down the video of him getting shot, and it appears that he has this like microphone pinned to his shirt, and it appears that it was detonated. Like you see like explode, and then there's being shown on his security team as if that person was detonating it. Okay, y'all can call it conspiracy theories, but a lot of conspiracy theories are turning into the truth lately. So now I'm thinking when people call things conspiracy, it's really the truth, and they don't want you to know the truth. Call me crazy. But I've been watching all these things, and I'm like, no way. But yeah, I mean, just watch some of the independent YouTube stuff going on, and you're like, I can see it, but how you prove it? I don't know. So y'all pray, be truth tellers. We're living in some serious times. I pray to the true God every day to help us through this. Sometimes I wonder if America is being punished because of the shootings, people being killed, shootings at a church, freak out weather, flooding, and all that. I'm like, are we being disciplined for all the corruption and the evil that's going on within the country, and everybody just need to repent? Sometimes it feels like that. And then I'm like, okay, where is it getting better? Is America great yet? Even people who voted for the current administration, who had high hopes, are disappointed. But, I sit back and watch, because I'm not their judge. God is their judge. God is their judge. And it seems like there's a lot of revenge activities going on, like if someone said something that you don't like, or prosecute you, and you were found guilty, these charges sometimes sound very made up. And then the Epstein file, no one won't release the Epstein file. And it's a lot of things I've heard, that this man did not kill himself. It looked like it was homicide. I'm just telling you what I hear. Do I have proof? The only being that knows the truth is God. So if you do not tell the truth here while you are in the physical, and you pass on and go in the spiritual, you will be judged. I honestly believe that. And there are two sides, good and evil. And I know y'all might think you doing evil now here in the physical. When you go on the other side, you are judged, you will see what evil is, what true judgment is. Anyway, y'all, I'll keep praying. Because I think prayer is the strongest thing. When you have nothing else, I believe in that. Anyway, y'all have a good weekend. If you like what I say, just hit like, subscribe, and try to stay positive, and don't give up hope, and fight for what's right and just, and be a truth teller. See y'all later.